Welcome back to the Healthy with Heartland podcast. I am your host, Justin Freishtat. I am also here today with our creative directors and co-hosts, Simon and Shannon. Before I throw it over to them, this is our first episode of 2021. We're all hoping for a better year. If you're hoping for a better year, actually, if you know it's going to be a better year, drop a comment. Let us know that you're on board with the positivity train.
That's right.
Lots of things to talk about, what's going to be new in 2021. But before we get into all that, I'm going to send it over to Simon and Shannon.
Awesome. Welcome back, Heartland family. A few quick announcements for you. We'll get right into it. We do have an awesome reorder special for y'all this month. So for the month of January, place your reorder by January 31st, and you'll get a gourmet crock-pot bundle with your order absolutely free. So you get a pot roast, you get mixed vegetables, you get A1 steak sauce, everything to make a delicious meal for you and the ones you love. So make sure to take advantage of that. Also, you may have seen on social media, especially if you follow us on Facebook and you follow Kat and Lindsay Heartland, we have some awesome upcoming pop-up events, games, s'mores, meet and greet with T-Bone himself, so you're interested.
Who doesn't like s'mores?
We'll definitely get you
s'mores.
hooked up with that for sure.
Yeah, those are so great.
So we'll talk about that more later on in the episode, but other than that, we'll go ahead and get started.
Awesome. Perfect.
Let's do it.
Let's ride. So, Justin, 2020
is over.
It's over. 2021, we're bringing on the new year. Like Shannon mentioned, we got a bunch
New year, new you.
That's right. A bunch of new things going on. And one thing I felt like we really realized and made it really apparent this last year was that marketing-wise, the best thing to do is to reinvest into the customer base. So we have a lot of new things going on with Heartland. And I see about 10 people watching now. Go ahead, post in the comments. Let us know what you learned 2020. What was one big thing that you guys learned? We'd love to know. We'd love to share it. Basically, like I said, one thing we did learn was reinvesting in the customers. We got a bunch of new things going on.
Yeah, one of the best ways, that we can get the word out about Heartland is word of mouth and our customers. So we appreciate and want to thank each and every one of you for posting on social media, for reaching out, connecting your friends and family with us, sharing those awesome delivery and freezer posts, pictures of T-Bone and your kids. We love seeing all that stuff and sharing that with the rest of our Heartland community and family. So thank you so much for that.
Yep. And something else we learned is that Justin has a great public face, essentially. Like he had a lot of
Is that what we learned?
we learned that definitely.
Justin was definitely out there. We saw him a lot on blogs, some awesome websites. I think you had some really cool interviews, some cool podcasts that you were a part of. So
Did some TV.
Exactly.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And how was that?
It was a little nerve-wracking, but, just like another day. The questions were right in my wheelhouse. Got to talk about the things I love. I'm so entrenched in health and wellness and what we do here. It was actually pretty easy. So
that's awesome.
Hopefully some people got inspired to make some changes in the right direction.
Absolutely.
That's what 2021 is all about, right? Making those goals and then being serious about how you're going to be consistent and accomplish them.
That's right.
And Heartland is here to help you do that.
And 2021, I guess we can mention New Year's resolutions. Did you do that, Shannon?
New Year's resolution?
Yeah.
I think just staying consistent is going to be the number one thing for me. I'm about eating healthy. I'm about, exercising, being, mental health, all that stuff. I think being consistent is the biggest factor. A lot of people, I think there's like a survey that said 80% of people will fall off of their New Year's resolution by mid-February. So my resolution is to not be one of those people.
Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
That's a good one to have.
Justin, anything special?
Yeah. It's the same for me every year. It's just the compound effect, right? You always want to grow. You always want to do better. You always want to just tighten things up and accelerate that trajectory. The faster you can grow this year, the more you're going to learn, the more you're going to be able to grow the next year. So it's just sticking to the plan and getting out of your comfort zone and pushing to the next level.
That's right. That's right. I think I saw something from one of our professional partners. Dave put something up, and he was like, if you're just starting your 2021 New Year's resolution now, you're already behind the power curve.
That's it.
Right? You got to start beforehand, a couple months before, so that you can kind of roll into, the new year already on a good foot. So we started a little bit of like this, mixed martial arts kind of training, Brazilian jiu-jitsu and things like that. We started that back in October so that we could roll into this new year, having learned something new, never have done it before. But it's super exciting.
It's one of those things, like Justin said, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but trying something new and learning, you grow from that. So that's kind of the idea.
So post in the comments if you've ever tried something new and how that all worked.
Yeah, everything's scary, right?
At the
But
beginning.
before you do it.
Yeah.
And then you usually learn, I don't know what I was scared about.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It's like, it's nerve-wracking at the beginning because it's the unknown, I guess. It's like the abyss, essentially. But yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about a couple things that our customers can look forward to going into this new year. So like I mentioned, we are having a bunch of pop-ups. Those of you who are familiar with Kat, she'll be doing some pop-up events with some of our awesome customers who want to, connect with friends and family in a safe way and their neighbors. Like I said, they'll do s'mores, games, crafts. You could take your picture with T-Bone, which I know all the kids love. And it's an awesome way to get referrals towards your free order.
Absolutely.
So if you're interested in doing that, make sure you check out, our Facebook page, Heartland Foods Facebook page. Send us a personal message on Kat and Lindsay. Or if you work personally with Justin, make sure to send him a message. Let him know you're interested in being a part of one of our pop-ups coming up in the next couple months.
And you almost forgot one of the most important things. We're even going to have samples there.
Yes.
We'll have some samples there so that for these people that are coming to these events, these pop-up events, and they don't know anything about Heartland, our biggest thing is we like to say, taste the difference, right? So they'll be able to take some of these samples home, be able to cook it themselves, taste the difference. We'll even send them the webinar so they can have a little bit more information starring yours truly, the man, the myth, the legend, Justin, so that we can kind of know, or they can kind of know about essentially what we do, who we are, and the processes that we kind of go through.
Yeah, and a common thing we hear from the customer base, there's a lot of people, friends of yours, that maybe didn't want to have a presentation, don't feel comfortable having someone come to their house, but then they don't want to do it virtually because they want to try the food. Right. All of those people, this is your opportunity to get a no strings attached sample pack. I mean, we're talking steak, vegetables, chicken breast, steak burgers. You get a good variety. You'll get to try it. So if you know anybody who is on the fence or maybe isn't even thinking about it, it's just something extra you can give them. There's no strings attached. Go grab your sample pack, try the food. If you love it, hit the website.
Exactly. Easy. It would even be great. I mean, you could the one thing I did when I first came to Heartland was you could even put like cook a burger next to another burger that you think is really great, and then you can notice the differences. Right. I would challenge people to do that.
I love that.
Is actually go through, cook something that you're normally having on your day-to-day. Chicken is probably the best thing. Cook a chicken breast, and then cook our chicken breast, and then try them both. And you can taste them in the comfort of your home. Nobody's watching. You know what I mean? Just try it out and see, taste the difference.
It's funny you say that because that's one of my favorite things is when I go to someone's house to do a Heartland presentation and they want to do that. They already have a steak or a burger, whatever it is, and they're like, we're going to cook them side by side. Like, you just made my job very easy.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely can taste the difference. I mean, you'll not only see the difference maybe, in size, in color, but you'll definitely taste the difference in terms of texture and flavor.
Absolutely.
The loss. I mean, the biggest thing that I notice when you cook any of our products side by side because of the way commercial meats are processed versus ours, if it's a ground product, you're going to see it shrink. You're going to see all that stuff you pour out. You paid for that, and it's a loss. Same thing with chicken. It's boiling in the pan. You got water spilling out of it.
Exactly.
And then all that loss, all that weight won't happen with the Heartland product.
And we're here with the professional himself. Justin, why is that? What is that stuff that is coming out of that pan that is, seeping out when you see these kind of things?
It's different for every product. Some of it's in the processing side, the way that birds are chilled and preserved. It's all saltwater solutions, brines, bleach, all kinds of things that are adding weight to the product that are getting cooked out. That's also what dries your chicken out. When people say, I don't eat chicken breast, it's dry. It breaks my heart. It means that you've never had real good quality chicken that hasn't been shoved with all these byproducts to have a 2 or 3 week shelf life on a store shelf. Like, that's not normal, guys.
No.
It's not. So they have to completely destroy the product to keep it fresh on the shelf.
Right. Wow. Yeah. And we don't.
Right.
So that's great.
Yeah, you get what you pay for.
Another thing I guess we can mention is that something else that everyone can look forward to is that we will be going digital. So we're going to have a new portal that we can have all of our customers sign into. You'll get your very own account, your very own ID where you can track and refer your friends and family, and you'll be able to send them emails. Like I said, keep track of your free orders and all that awesome stuff. So we're super excited to get that rolled out, and we'll introduce each and every one of you to it and make sure that you understand how to use it. It's very simple. simple. It's very easy. And it's going to definitely make it easier to get that free order for you.
That's right.
It's going to be great for everyone. You won't have to send me a text or a Facebook message trying to figure out how many referral credits you have anymore. You'll be able to just log into your portal and see your whole dashboard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And brings us back to why are we doing this? Because we've learned that our customers are asking, we'd love to refer people. They don't know how. They don't know when. Now that we have this portal, everything is combined. It's your one-stop shop.
Yep.
You can come here. It takes
Everything's
care of everything.
basically designed to make it as simple as possible for you to be successful in, getting referrals and referring your friends and family and getting them as cleaner, safer, healthier food. And we'd love to help you do it. So that's why we are, we've had this designed, and we're going to continue to improve it and introduce you to it. And we're just super, super excited to do that.
Absolutely. Because here's the question. Why wouldn't you refer someone? Mm-hmm. Why not? You enjoy the food. You enjoy the service. Refer someone. I mean, we all saw what happened in 2020. Right. I think Justin has the infamous picture of him in the grocery store, like shelves are empty.
Right.
Yeah.
That was scary.
Yeah.
Right. It was super scary. It was like, it was wild. Like I had never seen anything like that in my life. And then I became so grateful that I'm a part of this company, that we had this, that I was like, like I was scared, but I wasn't scared for myself because my freezer's full. Right.
Yeah.
I was afraid for, family members, cousins, other people, because it was like, what are they going to do?
Another good New Year's word, I think you're kind of leading to it, is grateful. And I think we were all grateful that we were able to supply our customers with the food that they needed, and, and to their friends and family who weren't able to get it when, at these times when it was really, really, really scary, not knowing where, your next meal was going to come from, or when your local grocery store was going to get another delivery. So,
right.
This might be a weird twist on the grateful thing, but in a way, I'm really grateful that happened, because when the runs on the grocery stores happened and COVID was going crazy and the fear was it triggered a large portion of the population to act. Right. There's a lot of people who bought this service last year who weren't even remotely thinking about healthy food,
right,
or even the convenience of delivery, or all these awesome things that you end up loving about Heartland, the fast defrost times, the better tasting food. None of that's on a lot of people's radar because they do what they've always done, and there's no trigger point for action. And when it was that huge influx of customers that we had that were just trying to stock up to have food, all of those people then realized this is a better way.
Yep.
So I'm so grateful that it put all these families into the market for something better that they weren't even looking for.
Right.
Beautiful thing.
Wow.
Yep.
So negative turned into a positive.
Yeah.
Adversity.
Now they're eating healthier food. They've got the convenience. They're appreciating everything about it.
Right.
Yep.
And they're going to stay.
That's right.
That's awesome.
We have drop the bomb on that. I was like, I have no other words than that, right? Because that's essentially, as a company, that's what we're here for.
Right. Well, because I think a lot of people who, maybe already knew about Heartland or who had Heartland were already interested in, where their food was coming from. But then knowing, the food that wasn't coming from Heartland and the farms that we work with, it was not consistent. It wasn't reliable.
Or you couldn't get it.
And exactly, you couldn't
get it.
And
Like they were. I remember I saw the message from like Tyson's. They came out with an article that they were like, hey, they can't do anything.
And I think we touched on it at that point, like all the big processing plants and the things that they had to go through,
right,
and how they weren't able to do the things that these smaller farms and ranchers and farmers that we're working with are able to do,
to produce,
and being a part of that supply chain was just, like we said, we're really grateful that we were able to pass that on to our customers.
And we're grateful that, like Justin said, that those customers came to us, that now they are part of our family, and that we can possibly help their friends and family. And that's what, we're investing in now, is investing in our customers to be able to, take that investment, and then they can share the health and share the wealth, right? What better gift to give someone than the way to eat cleaner, safer, healthier food? Because I've heard it somewhere, I think, with eat good, feel good, look good, play good, and it goes on and on and on. But you got to start with eating good, right?
Definitely.
Everything good.
Right, everything good. I made that up, don't I?
So anyways, the entire point for what we want to do, 2021 goal at Heartland, is to give more value to the customer base. We already started doing that last year. Love seeing all the cutting board pictures, T-bone, all that good stuff.
Yep.
What we want to do now, we're shifting our referral program to the Eat Free for Life program. Okay? And again, this is optional. If you love paying for your food, That's fine. That's totally fine. But what we really want to do is create an environment where and just so you know, there are plenty of families who have gone years with us.
Yep.
I mean, more than a year, 2 years, free food. Not paying for your food and helping other people get on a great service. So we're going to be enhancing that program. You're going to be getting an email. Is this how this is going to roll out?
Yep. Look out for an email over the next week or so just to introduce more of what we're talking about, more of the program. We'll kind of break down, how you're going to be able to log on to the portal and become a part of it. And we'll make sure that, if you have any questions, you're going to be welcome to reach out to us directly, reach out to your wellness consultant. And we'll make sure that, you are getting your next order free.
Tongue twister.
There we go.
And the other great thing is if you guys have any comments or questions about it, go ahead and put that down in the comment section. Or if you have any advice and they're, like our customers, that's who we'd like to listen to. What do you guys think? What do you think about the portal? What do you think about, eating free for life? How can we help you get more referrals and eat free for life? We'd love to know. So post that down in the comment section and, we'd love to hear about it. We'd love to hear from you guys. We just did the contest for, I think it was like 12 days of Christmas. And we saw people's trees and their families. And I mean, it was awesome. It was probably one of the coolest things I think we've ever seen and we've ever done, was with just watching people's sweaters and just all like the hospitality essentially that makes us a family business. It really felt like a family, what I mean?
I really enjoyed it. And I know, Justin, you see some of, your families and customers maybe, once, twice a year, that kind of thing. But I love seeing just our customers post their everyday life and how they use Heartland in their everyday life and posting your dinners and your lunches and how the convenient defrost and the packaging and all that stuff is helping you out. It's showing other people, how we can help their family, and it's also showing us that you're enjoying the service. So we're grateful for that. And like I said, we're grateful for you. We have a lot of new and exciting things coming out. Stay tuned over the next couple weeks. Reach out and connect with us if you have any questions. If you want to get involved, don't hesitate to do so. And I think we'll keep this one short and sweet today. We'll go ahead and wrap it up unless there's anything else you gentlemen have to say.
I could go all day.
Absolutely.
I did think about one thing earlier with the quality question. What do you think the number one responses to this question? When you go to the grocery store now, people who aren't on Heartland, I ask them this, and you go, get a steak or whatever. Like, what do you look for? Like, what's making the decision for you on which steak you're going to buy? What do you think the answer is?
The look.
I was going to say how it looks.
Every time.
Really?
Every time. You know why? Like, people aren't looking for, this one's organic. I mean, some people are, right? Or this one's, they're not going to tell you what farm it comes from, so you can just throw that out of the equation.
Exactly.
There's so much inconsistency in the product. They're looking like, this one's this way. I mean, that you're going to look at 20 steaks and they're all going to be drastically different, so you're trying to visually figure out which one's going to be good.
Right.
And how do you know? Even if it visually looks good, how do you know it's going to taste good?
I think people look for marbling if they have an education on what to look for and the quality of the grading of a steak. But how sad is that?
Right.
You have to go off of the way it looks, not the way it was farmed, not the way the animal was treated,
or at least the way it tastes.
Right. Or the consistency.
Right.
Right. You don't have to worry about it. Everything you're going to get from us is consistent.
100%.
And at the store, you don't get to try it first. So, like we said,
where that's what I'd like to know. Put it in the comment section. Where do you get that? Like, where is that? Like, I've never ever heard of you get to try it before you buy. Like, people always say that, but you never really get that. Like, we're letting you try it because I think that's the number one pitch right there is taste the difference. We're not here, extra seasoning or anything like that. It's just salt and pepper. Taste it.
Well, the product speaks for itself. I think that's why we're always saying taste the difference, because once you taste it, you won't be able to go back, and you'll definitely taste the difference from what it is that you're currently doing. So
it's huge.
We recommend it. We highly recommend it.
Yep.
Well, I think with that, we'll go ahead and say thank you, Healthy with Heartland, for tuning in, and tune in next week for another episode. Like I said, connect with us, comment, share, and follow us on social media. Until next time, Healthy with Heartland.
Thanks.
Later.